This time I'm going to talk about and show you guys something created by Dan Aykroyd of Blues Brothers and Ghostbusters fame. It was created by him and a friend of his who's an artist. His name is John Alexander. If you've ever read anything up on Dan Aykroyd, I guess he's really big into UFOs and the whole supernatural stuff, which I am too. And him and his buddy there, the artist John Alexander, they were researching the legend of the 13 crystal skulls that have been unearthed over the past 100 years or so. So, in their research of these 13 crystal skulls, they decided, they were inspired to create a new vodka. And Dan Aykroyd already owns the distribution rights for a liquor company in Canada, which is where he's from. And so he created this Crystal Head Vodka. So this is what we're going to be talking about. I want to describe a little bit about the making of this stuff, but, I couldn't memorize it all, so I have a cheat sheet. You gotta forgive me. So, I said this is out of Canada, which Dan Aykroyd's been really happy with the reception the stuff has gotten, because it's really popular here in the United States, even though it's very expensive. They make little bottles of it. I don't know how well you can see that on there. But, this little guy costs like $9. You can get about a shot and a half, 2 shots out of it. That was $9. This guy's the mag size bottle. $99.99. You can get the, 750 milliliter one, which is like in between these two. That one's $50. And I have this little guy. I have the medium sized one, which I couldn't find. I think it's packed away in storage somewhere. But now I got this guy. It's produced with grain grown in Ontario, Canada. Let me just pull it out. The grain is processed and distilled 4 times to make 95% alcohol by volume spirit, which is then reduced down to 40% alcohol with water from Newfoundland, which is also in Canada, which is where the distillery that makes the alcohol happens to be located. It is then filtered 3 times through charcoal and Herkimer diamond crystals. These are quartz crystals that are found in very few places in the world. Tibet, Afghanistan, and actually not too very far from here where I live in New York. There's Herkimer diamond mines not too far away, and that's where a big chunk of the crystals come from, so that's pretty cool. It's kind of near my hometown. There are no raw sugars, glycol, which is an ingredient in antifreeze that you stick in your car, citrus oils, or artificial flavorings contaminating Crystal Head's crisp, clean flavor. It's the purest tasting vodka you can drink. And I definitely second it, because this is the only vodka I've had where you can drink it warm, right off the shelf, and there's no burn. It's a nice smooth taste. You can, it's not made for really doing shots, which is what I do. This stuff, not just because it's expensive, but because of the flavor of it. This is the stuff that you put in a glass, a couple ice cubes, and you just sip on it all night. This stuff tastes awesome. The vodka is my drink of choice. I wish I didn't have a bunch of credit cards maxed out and stuff, because I would drink this all the time instead of what I usually drink. I usually drink Viking Fjord, which is like $20 for the mag size bottle, but I had the splitters to get this guy mainly because I wanted the bottle, but still, if you're into vodka, it's definitely worth it. It's definitely worth the money. Funny thing about this vodka, though, it was banned in Canada. Because there's like a liquor control board up there that I get, besides the distribution and stuff of it, they banned this in Ontario because they didn't want kids and stuff breaking into liquor stores or stealing to try and get the bottles. And plus, they thought it was kind of in bad taste having, they don't put skull and crossbones on the bottles of it because it's a poison. But to have like a bottle, like in the shape of a skull, with alcohol in it, they thought was a pretty bad taste, so they banned it. And actually a few townships and stuff, I think some of them they've relaxed and they've let them sell it there again, but still, I think in Ontario you still can't, walk into a store and buy it. You can order it through the liquor board's website by the case, and you can order it to drink if you go into a bar, but you're not allowed, they don't allow it for retail sale in stores. You can just get it by the case off of their website, probably for wholesalers. But yeah, and to promote this guy, Dan Aykroyd tricked out an RV. They got this big RV and pimped it out. They painted it white. They put a bunch of Crystal Head. They put a bunch of the logos on it and the pictures of the skulls, and they drove around. And they drove around the country to promote the liquor. And he's been on different talk shows and stuff. I guess he owns some restaurants and some bars and stuff that he's at. So he's pretty knowledgeable about his alcohol, and especially when he can design his own kind of vodka, you got to give the guy props. If you go on YouTube, there's a video of him on one of the morning shows promoting it, and he's making a couple of different drinks and stuff. There's another video. I think it's like less than a minute, but it shows them how they make the bottles at the factory. So I definitely suggest checking that out. Okay, well I've been yammering about this for long enough, so let's I open this guy so you can get a peek at the actual bottle. Okay, so Crystal Head vodka. Okay, and if you guys didn't believe me, I hope you can. It's kind of light, but I hope you guys can see the sticker. Read the sticker price on the top of that. If you thought I was kidding about the price, $99.99. But anyways, so you got a nice big picture of the skull on the front, nice side view, and you'll see when I take it out. But this thing is basically the size of the box. So you got a nice another front face view of the skull on the side. Tells you a little bit about the vodka on the back. Get a nice view. Same thing as on the other side of the box. It's got a little message on the top. It says, "In reverence of those enlightened after touching any of the 13 crystal heads unearthed around our globe, we offer this pure spirit." And once again, I say this is the purest spirit, the purest alcohol, tasting alcohol you could ever drink. I highly recommend it. But anyway, so let's open this guy. Okay, there's only two things inside. One thing we got, there's a book. And this just has, it's got like a little write-up about it. And it's got a couple of recipes that you can try out. And there's a little thing about the story of the crystal heads on the back page there. Which is cool. This is a nice little booklet to have. I'm going to be keeping this. So you get that. And then the actual bottle itself, which we got right here. The Crystal Skull. It's a nice size bottle. So this is the mag size, which doesn't actually seem that big, but yeah, so on the back, I don't know if you can see that very well, there's a sticker down here that says Crystal Head. It's a nice smiling skull. Now, if you look at it from the side, this thing was fuller. I'm sure you can see. It's pretty much filled up to here, like right below the where the neck meets the top of the head. But I kind of ran out of vodka the other night, and I had to start dipping into this, which I didn't want to do. Cause I was trying to wait until I did the video here to open this. And I didn't want to go buy another bottle of vodka when I had this guy sitting here. So, yeah. That's the bottle. It's got a wood top with a cork that goes inside the bottle. So I can pop that right off. Although the cork, it's kind of like, it's squishy like a cork, but it's kind of got like a plasticky kind of corky feel to it. And then we got some symbols and stuff on the top of the bottom, on the top of the wood part of the cat. So yeah, got a cork. Pop the cork back on that guy. So okay, so like I said, this is the mag size bottle. This is the biggest one they make. $100 bottle of vodka. And I said, if you want to see how big this thing really is, let me see if I can zoom in a little bit here and still keep my head in frame. Okay. This thing is like the size of my actual head. I mean, look at me. I'm a fat guy. You know, I'm kind of round. And I got extra meat and stuff on me, so. But look at this. The bottle is the size of my head. You know, that's bugged out. I looked in the mirror when I brought this thing home. I popped it out of the box. I was like, oh my god. Really? That thing's the size of my fucking head. That's crazy, and it's all filled with vodka. Look, I got a second head. That'd be awesome. Imagine having a skull for like a head. Like, I'd be sitting there talking to him all the time. I'd be bugging people out. That'd be sick. Crystal head. So now I got the whole collection of all the bottles so far. And like I said, please, if you can scrounge, if you're into vodka and like to drink, and you're into vodka and you don't, like I said, I like doing shots, so I like having stuff that tastes somewhat decent. You know, I don't have like $40 to be going and blowing all the time on Absolute. But, like I said, I usually drink Viking Fjord, which is from, like, I think, up near Newfoundland, up in Canada. But that's only $20 for the mag size bottle, and that's got a good taste to it. But, like I said, this doesn't. That one, along with, like, pretty much every other vodka I've had, you know, if you're doing a shot, there's a burn going down, which this stuff does not have. It's got a great flavor to it. You know, like I said, the alcohol flavor doesn't kick you in the teeth when you drink it. I said there's no burn. So, I mean, it's pure. It doesn't have all the additives into it. It's funny, and I was reading an article with Dan Aykroyd when he was talking about how it's got no additives in it, and he was talking about how you know, a popular drink out at the bars is they mix vodka with Red Bull. And he's talking about how, what was he calling? He was calling it a Red Bull mouth, where people get like this funky breath after drinking that because the Red Bull interacts with the additives that are in the vodka and get some kicking breath. He said you can mix this stuff with Red Bull, and since it's got none of those additives and impurities in it, you don't get that. It's, you know, if somebody comes walking by and like burps in your face, all you're going to smell is a Red Bull. You're not going to smell the funk breath that they'd get from drinking other vodkas, which I didn't know that. So now when I drink other vodkas, I'm going to have to start watching out. But because I usually do shots, and you know, I'll either chase them with cranberry juice or orange juice if I feel like it. But I don't know. That's it. I guess we're done. Crystal Head, best vodka you could ever have, and plus, it was made by Dan Aykroyd. You gotta love that guy. You know, he was in both of the Ghostbusters. I think he helped write both Ghostbusters. He was one of the co-writers. And then he came up with his own vodka, put it in a freaking Crystal Head bottle. That's fucking sweet. Anyways, this was fun. I'm gonna go start dipping into this guy after I have a couple of beers, and this has been fun. Like I said, I suggest if people can come up at least with like $50 to get the smaller size bottle, it's definitely worth it. If you get extra money for Christmas or your birthday or something, I definitely suggest getting a bottle just to try. And plus, keep the bottle. This is nice thick glass. They said the bottles are probably worth about $20 a piece just by themselves with nothing in it. So that's where part of the price comes in, which is part of the reason why they're so expensive. But yeah, like I said, you can go on their website, you can go on YouTube, look at videos on the Crystal Head Vodka. You can find videos of Dan Aykroyd, videos on how they make the bottles and stuff. It's pretty cool. So I definitely suggest checking it out. Well, until next time, this is Crush. See you later.